folks. We're the Lingenhoels with Cutler Real Estate. I'm Arden.
And I'm Lisa.
And hey, we have some great guests for you today. We have a little special edition. We're going to talk about the Constitution Week. And we have Joyce Hudnell and Mayor Pat Fallot. And we have some questions for them. And I think that this is kind of an exciting time, kind of a wrap up from the year.
Yeah.
We're moving into new things.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let Lisa kind of start it off.
Well, first of all, I've worked with both of you ladies on the committee for a few years. Haven't been there for a few years, but I was there for a few years.
Right.
And I know you, but I don't know if everybody out there in Louisville and, of course, in the world, because, you know, everybody in the world watches our show.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if they know you. So, Joyce, tell everybody just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I think I'm as visible as the mayor because I'm generally at her right side, and to be with her at the time. But I was raised on a farm about 7 miles east of here.
Okay.
And back then, I went to a one-room school, so that tells you how old I am. And then in 1950, they built Washington Grade School in Washington Township, and we transferred there. But when I graduated, we had the privilege to pick the high school we wanted to go to.
Oh.
And that was Alliance, Minerva, or Louisville. Well, I already had an aunt and uncle and my sister were here, so this was just a natural pick for me to come here. And I'm glad I did it. In fact, it's kind of funny because the year I graduated was the year that they crowned the first queen.
Really?
But, I came here, I rode the school bus here, and I got on at the end. I really didn't know Louisville too well.
Okay.
Except Piers Dairy. I got to know that one pretty good. So I was married. Well, I was married. My husband passed away, but I have 2 sons. Mm-hmm. They graduated from Louisville.
Yeah.
And I have 4 grandchildren. I have a granddaughter who graduated from Kent, and she's working. Thank you, God. And 3 grandsons. Two of them, Katie and 2 of the boys went to Kent.
Yeah.
Graduated from Kent. And the other one is at Cincinnati, and he graduates this year. So I'm very, very proud of them and how everything is going for them. And I just enjoy, I was honored a few years back as the Rotary Citizen of the Year, which just shocked me. And but I think I was pretty clear then that I really enjoy being part of these organizations. I'm still on the chamber and active in my church, and so that pretty well. If I do ever relax, I'm reading or doing crossword puzzles. So.
Okay.
Hey, didn't we sell your one-room schoolhouse?
Pardon?
Didn't you go to the school out on Union?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We sold that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember you came up and it's now a house.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
Spent
It's gorgeous.
oodles of money fixing that up. I did say to Lisa at that time, I'd like to go through that before it's sold. We never got together on that.
It's a beautiful
oh
place.
yeah, that was the one.
Definitely is.
And I walked back and forth to school, and when I see the lineup at the school of people picking up their kids, it kind of makes me...
In the cars. And every student has a car too.
That's right.
Well,
a little
Pat,
different.
That's basically me.
What's your history?
Well, what's my history? I also grew up on a farm down in the Waynesburg area.
I love these ladies. They're
Yes,
farm
girls. And I graduated from Malvern High School. I worked in the Stark County Auditor's Office. Started there. I retired with 33 years of service there.
I think Alan Harold was probably just a baby when you...
Probably was. Yes, he
when
probably
you were working.
was working. Yes, that's very true. I worked for 5 different auditors.
Oh, wow. Did
and
you really?
I was able to stay through each one that, retired, and then we got a new auditor, and then I just stayed through, and I retired with 33 years.
Oh, my.
And when I retired, then I became a substitute bus driver. I got my CDL for that. And then I was approached by some people in Louisville asking me to run for mayor at that time. And
move,
so
good
I
move.
did go ahead and do it. And I will finish up my 4th term next year. So that'll be 16 years
Well,
I
you're
will
not
have done.
turned out.
Well, you just never know. You never know. But I've always enjoyed being with people. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
And that is one thing I've always enjoyed doing, being around a lot of people. If they need assistance, I can do it. I also direct the music at Paradise United Church of Christ. Music's a big part of my life, very relaxing for me. And I also direct the Louisville Community Choir.
Awesome.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
then in my quiet hours, I sleep.
Do you?
I do.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
It's kind of essential.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But
Well,
you-
we could trade war stories on bus driving because both of us drove at the
yes,
same
we
time.
did.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, we got a lot of war stories.
Yes, we do. But you know, community service organizations are something that we really need to continue to keep going because it keeps your history going in your communities. You know, I'm a member of Rotary. I'm a member of the Washington Ruritan Club, the Constitution Committee, the Chamber. These are committees that makes things happen in your community.
Yeah.
And you feel so good about being a part of them and see what's happening.
Exactly.
Well, with that being said, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will be talking about the Constitution Committee.
Okay, great,
Okay, so we'll be right back.
good.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans. As many of you know, when the Louisville Herald moved on into retirement, the city of Louisville, Nimishillen Township, and all of its community members were left with a void. The community lost its ability to hear about local events, news, information, sports, and community projects. We lost the ability to come together for Louisville's betterment. Well, we have a solution for you, Spotlight Media Network. Spotlight Media Network is a place anyone can go, whether it be social media, YouTube, or our website, that will display information in different formats to show the best Louisville has to offer. One last thing, if you have something newsworthy or something you would like the community of Louisville to hear about, send us an email at spotlightlouisville1@gmail.com. So if you want to see what is happening in Louisville or the best Louisville has to offer, check out Spotlight Media Network, where we know Louisville is #1.
Well, while we were at commercial break, I was telling a few jokes, and
Oh my
I told
gosh.
the one, "What do you call a cow with no legs?" Joyce, she couldn't get it. It's called ground beef.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway,
That's
that's
much-
as
For all
good
you
as it got.
vegetarians
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
as good as it
God.
gets
We're
with
hoping
me.
it's all, too.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Well, hey,
That's
we're with two very community-minded individuals today. We got Joyce and Pat with us from the Constitution Committee, and we are going to ask them some questions and talk a little bit about what the community or what the committee does for the community and for the recognition of the Constitution.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Lisa,
Well, I think that it's important to start with the history. How
Right.
did this all start? Who wants to?
Well, go
Lead
ahead,
off.
Joyce.
Well,
here.
I got the history here, and I didn't want
Okay.
to. It was September 12th, 1787, at 4 p.m. The Constitution Convention which met at Philadelphia beginning in May, brought forth a draft of our Constitution and sent it to Congress, then meeting in New York. In 1951, Louisville resident Olga T. Weber began distributing copies of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, flag etiquette booklets, and other patriotic literature to the schools, libraries, churches, and the general public in Louisville and the township. And as you know, she was a diehard about that. I mean,
Yes.
she just really went to the schools constantly and talked to them and everything.
Yeah.
And then in September of '52, Congressman Frank Bowe spoke at a program organized by her. And of course, you know what she did. She said, okay, it's time to recognize Louisville. We are really into this Constitution. So then the committee evolved and became the oldest continuous observance of Constitution Day in the country. And we are the only Constitution town
Right.
in United
In the
States.
country.
Oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
well, probably all. I
Okay.
don't think,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
anyhow.
Yeah.
So then they started out 1953. The American Legion sponsored a parade, and Ohio's designation of September 17th was established as
Okay.
Constitution Day. And from there, then in 1955, President Eisenhower declared the date of, or the week of 17 to the 23rd of September as Constitution Week. And it's
Okay.
been that way ever since. And when we plan the events, we always keep the 17th in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
And that's also all the day that we have the commemoration. The commemoration is just a great thing. We do it at the middle school, and we have the kids there. The kids there, and they're very good. They're very attentive and very polite, and it's been a real plus. Then we have a good speaker, and we introduce the essay winners, and Pat runs that pretty much. She's got
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
down pat.
You swear in the new.
Well, what we did,
Citizens,
we
don't you?
used to have before COVID hit. I was able to contact Judge Heath, Court of Common Pleas judge, and we talked to her about having some citizens come that wanted to become new citizens, and she just thought that was the greatest thing. And so we went ahead and had that program tied in with our commemoration. And as Joyce said, the kids were so respectful. You could hear a pin drop. And they were so excited to hear how these people became citizens. How long did it take them? It takes sometimes years before they can become citizens. The school was really gracious. They provided some light lunch for them because they would come in. And when they would get up and talk and express about how they became citizens, they couldn't have been better well received.
It means so much to
Right.
them.
And then, of course, COVID hit, and then that all
Spoiled a
stopped.
lot of things,
It sure
didn't it?
did, and it stopped it. I've talked to Judge Heath about it again, and she said they're not taking them anywhere. They have to go to the federal to get their naturalization taken in.
Oh,
So
okay. That's
that just
too bad.
it ruined everything because
Yeah.
that was such a meaningful ceremony.
Yeah,
but
it was.
It was. I know that we had attended
Yeah.
a few times, and
That was
very
kind of.
emotional.
yes, it is
It's
very
kind of
much.
Very
heartwarming
emotional.
for the kids to actually see what it means to be a United States citizen.
Right.
Those people really,
Right,
love that.
absolutely. Well, and it was interesting because the judge told them that they need to go back and take the test that these new citizens take. And we'll see if you can pass it.
Yeah.
Because we take so much for granted,
Yep.
and we probably could not pass that test ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, the whole week that during the 17th, there are a lot of things that happen, right?
Right.
What's going on? You've got the breakfast, you've got the banquet, you've got, of course, the parade. But we'll talk about the parade in a little
Well,
bit.
I knew normally the Louisville Community Choir usually kicks off the event.
On Sunday
on
afternoon.
Sunday
right?
afternoon,
Yeah.
yeah. And We usually do it at the middle school. With our numbers declining, we have now taken it to Paradise Church to do the program so that we're not wasting the space at the school for that. And then Monday morning, we have our mayor's breakfast. And I always get a speaker for that. The community choir does some music there, but it is very well attended. We do it at Christ Church of Louisville. They provide us a warm breakfast.
Yes.
And it is very well attended. $5 a ticket. That's pretty cheap for breakfast.
That is,
And,
and it's a great breakfast.
Yes, and I do get it over in an hour's time. So anybody that has to go to work, it starts at 8 and we finish up at 9. So anybody has to go to work, they can get to work.
And then usually on Wednesday is the dinner.
Yep. The
That-
dinner, the community dinner where the Rotary selects or lets known what their Citizen of the Year is.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah,
That's
Did you
that's
ever
just
get it?
us-
No.
Lisa too.
Just a
No,
high
no.
five,
What's wrong
Joyce.
with us?
I don't know, but you got it.
You know, I always complained because I've been here 65 years
Oh,
Yeah.
Arden.
and I have never gotten it. And she comes and she's here, what, 22 years?
Then
and
she
got
gets it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
well,
with that?
I don't know.
That
But-
tells you something, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I
I
better
don't
be
know
a
what,
better
for
boy.
sure. Yeah.
Definitely was a surprise.
Right.
And,
But the last few years, though, during the community banquet, we have crowned our ambassadors. That is
Yes.
part of our Constitution Committee. And it has been well received as far as doing that. The last year that we had the Queen in Court, we did it there also because we only had 7 young ladies go out for the Constitution Queen in Court. And so we thought instead of having everybody come to school, we would just do it during the banquet. People thought that was the greatest thing on earth. They
Yeah.
loved that. They
Yeah.
thought it was really nice. And we did then just go ahead and let the girls be on the court then.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about that because when I joined the committee, I helped with the pageant.
Oh, yes.
And
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
we had some great years.
Yes, we did.
It was very, very fun experience, great experience. I know that over the years we had some challenges getting girls to participate.
yes.
But I know that you send out how many letters? We were sending out
Well-
how many letters every year?
Well, we sent them to the juniors and seniors, and then we started sophomores about
Yeah.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So like she said, the last time we sent out over 300
300,
letters.
300
Yeah.
letters we sent out to all the young ladies.
Yeah.
We had to really make clear that if you were a student coming in from another school district, you couldn't qualify.
Yeah.
We tried to keep it to
Louisville.
Louisville,
Yeah.
Louisville School District.
School
That's what
district.
it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
And so that, a year or so, we kind of went through that, and that worked well. Lisa, we could not have done that pageant without you. I mean, that just, and Sherry
Sherry
too,
Anderson.
Anderson,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Because
Absolutely.
it took a lot of work, and it took some artistic talent, so to speak, to
I
get
think
it
I
done.
helped.
You
I
helped
was,
with that.
I was one of the artists
Yes,
that
yes,
helped. Yeah.
Yes. So that we always appreciated that, and so that kind of made a difference too. And then we had Robin Gremlake help, and
Oh,
her husband got ill,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
so she kind of had to walk away too. So that's why we've kind of cut things down a little bit.
Yeah.
And like Pat says, if you only have 7 girls going out for Queen, it takes away from a pageant.
Well, I think
Pageant
that
is,
yeah, we found, I think, over the years that girls, they're busy.
They're busy.
I know, like with our own daughter,
Right.
just every activity, and when you're involved in a sport or in any activity, the person running that wants your
Wants
full
you there.
attention, 100% committed, and then you throw in hey, do you want to be in the pageant?
Right, right.
And how it's hard to manage.
Sure.
It puts a lot of stress on the girls and parents.
I'll tell you though, it was character building. I watched some of those girls. You know, they had to come out of their shells, and they had to.
Absolutely.
They had to almost be
Talk about-
performers.
Right, right.
It was
a
very
lot of fun. And
positive
yes.
experience for a lot of girls.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
And
it was.
It definitely is something that I miss, but but I'm okay just doing
Well,
what I'm doing
but
now.
you know, the like you said, with them being so involved, we worked around when the girls got on the court. We always worked around their schedules.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they had to go for a sport event or a cheerleading event or a band event, we worked around as long as we had enough of the young ladies to do what we needed them to do.
Yeah.
And we weren't that you had to be with us all the time. We worked around that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about the parades a little bit.
Yes. So
Okay.
let's talk about the first queen that was crowned and the float.
Yes, early on, yeah. I have to tell you though, about 5 years ago, the committee kind of broke apart, and I ended up with the parade. Had no idea what went into planning a parade.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I just went ahead and lined it up and took care of the parade, and I've been doing it ever since. And
Yeah.
it's been a blessing, really. The parade is just always packed. The people,
Yeah.
it's been a great thing. And we have people that call and say, I haven't heard about the parade yet. Well, it's April or May or something like that.
Yeah.
But we are still in the Hall of Fame Grand Parade.
Yes.
It is now $900.
$900
To
entry
enter
fee to
that
be in.
parade.
Mhm.
So about 4 years ago, when
Anna Jewel.
Anna Jewel Whitmer was still with us,
Yes.
we talked about just pulling out of that parade. And you can't imagine. She said, we can't do that. We just can't do that. That's a national thing. Everybody all over this nation sees that parade and sees us. We can't stop that. So we went out and found a sponsor. And the first year it was
Jeffries.
Jeffries,
Okay.
and then we had,
Mid-Lake.
yeah. So people come through with that. That helps,
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing that is bad as far as not doing the Queen Ball is that brought in some
the
money
pageant and
for us.
then-
Yeah,
yeah.
the pageant really brought in
Mm-hmm.
but everything else is just, but we just need more people.
So there has
But-
been a float in the parade in the Hall of Fame.
There
Hall
is.
of Fame.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did have the float in.
It's-
And we couldn't do the parade if we didn't have the Rotary.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Rotary,
Rotary.
God bless the Rotary for kind of manning it,
Yeah.
getting it lined up and
Yeah.
everything. We just couldn't do that ourselves.
I know we had Brock here
Yes.
a few weeks ago talking about the
Oh,
library, but
yeah.
he
Yeah.
also
Talked
Oh, we
about
couldn't
that.
have done
Talked
it without
Yeah,
them.
Brock
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
to do that.
Oh, yes, he has a good time with that.
Yeah.
Of course, Greg Anderson.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
some-
We just couldn't do it without the Rotary.
No.
Well, you guys have an event coming up, and we haven't touched on that yet.
Right.
And we wanted to do that for the show. We want to publicize it for you and hopefully get some people out there.
Yeah.
We're going to have it, you're going to have it at the,
It's going to be at the Eagles.
Eagles.
It's going to be on November the 2nd. It's called the Fall Fling. It's a buffet dinner catered by Mr. Mike's Catering.
awesome.
And we have the John Hampu Band from Alliance that's going to provide the music. So it's a dinner dance event.
Yeah.
It is at the Eagles, starting at 6 o'clock. Band will start at 7, play till 9. We've changed the price to $40 a person. And the deadline for reservations has to be this Friday.
Okay.
So time is running close by.
And you said what day is the event?
It's on Saturday, November the 2nd.
November the 2nd, okay.
Yeah.
So it's coming up.
So it's coming up. We have to, the deadline for making reservations is this Friday, which I think is the 26th, 27th.
I think so.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a fun event.
Yes.
Didn't you do it last year
We did
too?
last year. We
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
Little
we were
Rock.
there.
We had Little
Yeah.
Rock Country Band there,
Yeah.
and we had such a good time dancing, and the food was excellent. I believe we had Swiss steak that night, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we,
so-
we decided that we would go with Mr. Mike's this year since the Eagles is no longer doing their own catering. And so we've got the buffet dinner planned for that.
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah, you can come out and socialize,
Yeah.
dance a little bit.
Absolutely.
Kind of
Yeah.
bring your cards. You can
Yes.
play euchre.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do
Do whatever
there.
you want.
Yeah.
It's a good night.
Sounds
and
like a good time.
You can go to the Constitution website and do your reservations, or you can make reservations by calling Billy Janet Berkey
Okay.
at 330-418-1148.
You
We'll
called
make
her a
sure-
couple times, I
Yes.
take it.
We'll
Yes,
make sure
yes,
we get
yes.
that
What's the
number out there.
website, Pat?
It's Louisville, Ohio Constitution Town, I believe.
Oh, it's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
We will make sure.
Yeah.
We'll make sure
It's
get it
something
out
like
there.
that. I don't go
there.
on it very much.
We'll
Yeah.
get it out there
Yeah.
and make sure that you can get on there and get your
Yeah.
reservations set.
So is it true that you're, just one more thing, you're going into 70 years? Is it 70 years?
We're
We're past
72.
70.
We're in 70.
Past.
We're in 72 years.
72
Yeah.
and
years.
you're
Yeah.
75 years old. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
That's pretty
Wow.
darn
Isn't that
good.
pretty good? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Started
pretty
young.
good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. That's for sure. That's for sure.
But I think what we're faced with is the same thing as every group. People are too busy to
Yeah.
be in social clubs or
Working.
this is really, most of us are in a working club.
Yeah.
And it is very difficult to get more people and young people,
Yeah.
you know.
But you're always looking for volunteers
Yes.
to join your committee.
Right.
And open door, right?
Right.
Come on
Yeah.
in. You don't have to pass a test
Nope.
to be on the committee, right?
Nope. We always meet on the first Wednesday of each month at 6:30 p.m. And
Okay.
it's at the Constitution Center.
Okay.
So,
One thing I should have said earlier is Pat and I met at the auditor's office.
Oh, did you?
Yes, that's how
Okay.
we got to be friends.
Yeah.
I happened to notice one day at noon that she was working on some music,
Yeah.
and that just caught my eye.
Oh, absolutely.
Talk
Yeah,
to her
'cause you
about that.
sing. What a voice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I love
What
to
a
sing.
voice.
So that's when we really got together, and then Bill Bowman, who was at the auditor at that time, he just one day was supposed to do a program. He always did piano and, talking.
Okay.
And one day he couldn't do it. He was called to a meeting, and he said, "You and Pat get some music and go do it." And we've
Oh.
been doing it ever since.
Well, we should have had a quartet
there you
tonight.
go. There you
Yeah.
go.
We had a trio, and we
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
She could have sang lead.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Lisa could have sang lead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no.
would have been our bass.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Well,
There
maybe
we go.
that'll be on the next show.
Next
Next
show.
show. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in today.
And
I hope we got some great information
Yeah, we
out.
really appreciate both of you
Yeah, the
coming
Fall
by.
Fling. The Fall
The
Fling
Fall Fling.
is November the 2nd, 6 o'clock p.m. Eagles. It's got a buffet dinner with the John Hampu Band, $40 a person.
Okay.
Awesome.
We will
It's
be there. We will be
casual.
there.
Casual.
And casual.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, that's for sure.
Well, we always like to have community-minded people on here, and I think today we got two of the best. And I
Absolutely.
think that you need to maybe think about coming to the event, and maybe even think about getting involved. They'll talk to you about it.
Right, right. We're always looking for somebody.
Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and if you're looking for a realtor,
Yeah.
either call
Call me.
Lisa. I always say call Lisa. No, but you can call me too, and I'd be glad to talk to you if you have any questions.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Good.
Have a great week.